Here's the magic stuff. This is the gear we're going to need. Well done, girls. Well done. Okay, today what I'm doing is I've run out of homemade fertiliser, and the way I do that is pretty straightforward. It's just basically a nitrogen boost. Sometimes I'll alternate this. Normally it's just, as you can see here, some beautiful Chook manure that I harvested a little bit earlier. Thanks to the girls for that. This is going to be quite simple. It's just going to be the manure into a 60 litre old rubbish bin, and allowed basically to soak from a few days onwards. It'll usually last me a week or so. When I'm putting it onto, for example, if you're putting it onto something like a silver beet here, they're pretty tough and they can take pretty strong preparations of it. For things that are a little bit more delicate, I usually water it down considerably, maybe 1 to 5 usually seems to do the trick. So basically, really, all it is, in this case, is you dump it in. Gets a bit dusty, just take care not to breathe it in if you make it yourself. And to create a bit of pressure on it, I use this old pot. It's got a piece of an old concrete paver in it, and that sits on top of the manure. Now, it doesn't stop all the physical content of the manure coming up, but what it does do is keeps a lot of the solids to the bottom. But you'll find that they'll drop normally anyway. It's really good value. It makes things grow really well. If you've got chooks, give it a go. So let's get this filled up. We keep this located next to one of our main rainwater tanks here, which is primarily for the vegetable garden. Convenient because we can use rainwater, easy to fill, accessible, easy to dilute. So sometimes it's a really good idea to keep that in mind if you're going to set up something like this, some sort of system where it's easy to use because it's co-located with the things you're going to need. Hi Ez. This is Esme. Izzy. She's pretty old. She's about 13 now and she's starting to show her years, aren't you? Anyway, so basically we'll let this fill and I'll come back to it in just a sec. The tomatoes are taking a little bit of an early beating from earwigs, but these are Apollo improved. They're an Australian hybrid variety. I'm not sure whether or not they're overseas or not, or in any other country, but they're a good tomato. A lot of people in the town I live swear by them, but haven't had much luck so far. But if you're interested, that's the label there. My garlic that I'm keeping here, this is actually my seed garlic bed for this year. You can see that it's really starting to dry off. Good sign. We're starting to get a bit of lower bulbing down there. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, so maybe I'll find one that's a little bit easier to have a look at. Here we go. Let's see what this. You might be able to see the edge of that bulb there. Oh, not with the leaf in the way. You can see the edge of the bulb. They're going up, they're fattening up really nicely. Okay, so this is filling up well. I'll fill this up almost to the brim, then we'll chuck the lid on over here, just to let it settle a little bit, and by midweek this will be ready to go. I'll leave you with an image of floating chicken poo in a huge tub of water. Thanks a lot. Hopefully you come again next time. Bye. Come on you. Out you come. Come on. Time to come inside. Good girl.